What are 3 common mistakes that most day traders out there are making? I am going to be sharing you guys some of the 3 most common mistakes that most day traders are making out there. And one thing that I like is that I'm going to give you guys ways that you can avoid these mistakes in order of you to be able to just achieve success within the markets. What's going on, guys? It is your buddy Somo Tupi, and I'm glad that you actually made it onto today's video. So today's video is actually going to be focusing more on some of the common mistakes that day traders out there are making. But one thing that I like is that it will be supported with some evidence of how you can avoid these mistakes, just so you can be able to just make the most in your trading time, and at the same time you can be able to just achieve those results that you actually want to achieve in a much more quicker time frame. So let us get straight to it. What are those mistakes that day traders are making out there? So now the first mistake that I've noticed some of the day traders that are making out there is that they are lacking what we call self-discipline. So understand that the markets, yes, you are your own boss. You are actually the one that is in control of the results that you're making, the trades that you're taking, literally the risk that you're putting within the markets. There's no one that's going to come out there and be able to just give you or tell you what you should risk, but instead someone can guide you in terms of what are the best risk management strategies you can take, what are the best strategies you can take to execute on a trade. There's different types of strategies and guidance that you can get, but at the end you are the one that is actually 100% responsible of your life. You are the one that's 100% responsible of the trades that you are making. So now one thing that I've noticed is that most people are actually lacking self-discipline. Self-discipline would simply mean something as simple as coming in and doing your pre-market analysis, coming in and being able to just follow through with the strategy that you've chose that you're going to be trading, coming in and at the same time following through with the trades that you've taken, to be able to just look at what it is that you actually done right on those trades, and be able to look at the downsides, what it is that you've done wrong on those trades. So let me give you guys how you can avoid this. The best thing that I can say to you now is that you need to be able to be self-disciplined, meaning that you need to be able to just sit down and say, this is what I'm going to be doing each and every single day in terms of my trading. For me to say that I had a successful trading day, I need to make sure that I've back tested at least five entries, and at the same time I need to make sure that I'm trading specifically my trade, which is maybe GBP JPY. And on top of that, one of the self-discipline formulas that I can also give myself is affirming to myself that every trade that I take is a consistently profitable trade, and making sure that I actually remain with the right mindset whenever I execute trades. So those are some self-discipline measures that you can take in order to just get started. I just gave you some that you can get started with. Obviously, as you go, you are going to be developing your own. So now let us move over to the second mistake that day traders are making out there that are costing them thousands. The second mistake that I see a lot of traders that are making out there till this day, this is something that I'm asking myself, how does it happen, is that not everyone is keeping journal, not everyone is journaling down their trades. It's because of people think that they have a mindset that can remember everything, and on top of that, people think that it's not really important. If they lost their trade, why should they journal it at the end of the day? If they're still trading on a small account, why should they journal? If they're still, there's a lot of factors that, yes, if you look at it, you might be true. Those are excuses. Whatever excuse that you have or you're building up, it's true, it makes perfect sense to you, but truly speaking, it's what's stopping you from being able to get to the other side. You need to journal down. Look at all these journals that I have here. I make sure that each and every single day I journal down what it is that I done, what it is that I done wrong, what it is that I done poorly, and on top of that, what can I improve in order to make my next day become a better and a successful day. So those are things that you need to be focusing on. You need to journal down each and every trade that you're making. You need to journal down what are your thoughts, what are your emotions before you take in that, and that will just allow you to be able to just dive a bit more deeper or in relationship with that specific pair that you're trading. And from there, you'd be able to just see that you're going to build this emotional you build sort of like an emotional intimacy around that trade that you're trading. And what it will do is that it will allow you to be able to know, understand, and see some future movements that are going to be happening in the markets. And most importantly, you also be able to react in a certain way when the market moves or reacts in a certain way. Because why? You've been able to journal, you've been able to understand it, you've been able to master. So now literally what you're doing is taking all that knowledge that you've been able to journal down and applying it on the charts. That's the second mistake most day traders are making out there. Avoid that just by taking a journal, taking a piece of paper and writing down your trading days, write down your pre-market, how's your mindset, write down how's your trading session, write down as well at the end, how did it go with the markets, how are you feeling, whether you won, made money, or whether you've lost. what is it that you've done wrong that made you lose money? What is it that you've done right that made you make money? So what is it that you can do tomorrow to make sure that today's lessons are actually a valuable part of your trading journey? So that is the second mistake, and I've given you also some of the things that you can do in order to avoid that mistake. Let us move over to the third and last point. So the third point in terms of you being able to just learn some of the mistakes that you need to avoid if you want to see success within the markets is that most people out there are doing what we call emotional trading. And I understand that with trading, obviously there's money that's being involved, and when there's money that's being involved, there's emotions that will be involved for most people out there. Unfortunately, it doesn't just change like this. But now let me just show you guys something. If you are able to detach your emotions to the money, obviously then it'll be easier for you to be able to hit those income targets or those goals that you've set for yourself. Why am I saying this? It's because of the fact that like most people are putting their goals in relation to maybe their lifestyle that they need, or in relation to, you know, let's say now for instance, I want to make 1,000 rands a day, but they're not putting the goals in terms of what is required of them to be able to make that 1,000 a day. So what they're doing is that they're getting in the markets and they take a trade, and that trade doesn't go with them. Maybe they lose 500, and now they're thinking to themselves, yo, I need to make 1,000 a day. That means that I need to make 1.5 in order to be at my 1,000 a day profit. Then they do what? It's emotional trading. They start over trading. They start placing trades that they're not supposed to be trading in order to just get back to that level, on which that shouldn't happen. Let me just show you guys some of the ways that you can avoid that. The best thing that you can do is to detach your emotions to your trading. So obviously you need to make 1,000 every single day in the markets. That's your goal. But now, what are the things that you're gonna take that's gonna make you 1,000 a day? Write that down. So if it means that taking 4 trades, and out of those 4 trades, at least 2 trades has to go in your profit, and if 2 doesn't go in your profit immediately, you've lost not a lot, but you've lost maybe 1%. But if 2 actually goes in your profit, then there's a high chance that you're gonna hit your goal. Then you know that. And if you took 4 trades and nothing happened, you didn't hit your goal, you should be able to have in your detailed plan that maybe the next day or the other next day, what would happen is that if the markets happens to come back, or if it goes within your direction, there'll be that one day that can make you profits for the previous days that's gonna put you ahead. So if you know that you can get trades that are gonna give you 10% within just one move, then you know for sure that even if you don't make your 1,000 today, or even if you don't make your 1,000 tomorrow, on Wednesday there's a high chance that you're gonna make 5,000, which is gonna put you ahead of those days that are previous, and as well if the days that are coming ahead. So you need to be smart with how you are planning. Write that down and be able to just know and detach some of the emotions that you have in trading, and focus a bit more on what it is that you need to do in order to be able to see and achieve these results. So now there you have it. Those are some of the 3 mistakes that you need to avoid whenever you are day trading, and focus a bit more on, you know, some of the solutions that I was able to give you guys. So obviously guys, if you want to learn more, I'll make sure that the very first link in the description is where you can be able to get more information about all of this. But at the same time, one thing that I'll do is that I'll just allow you guys to just hit that like button, subscribe below, and as well comment. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this video. I will see you on the next YouTube video. It is your boy Eliswa Mutupi.